Hey Krishna, thank you so much for this opportunity. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text 1. Shri Shuka Uvacha Nisamya Vacham Vadato Mune Punyatamam Nrapa Bhuya Papracha Kauryavo Vasudevo Kathadrata.
Hare Krishna. Is Alka Mataji not there? Oh, sorry. Sharmila Mataji not there to read the English? Hare Krishna. Is Sharmila Mataji there to read the English verses, please? You're on mute,
Sorry,
Mataji.
I'm sorry, Mataji. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, O king, after hearing all these most virtuous topics from the sage Maitreya, Vidura inquired further on the topics of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which he adored to hear.
Vidura Uvacha Savai Swayambhuva Samrat Priya Putraha Swayambhura Pratilahya Pratilabhya Priyam Patnam Kim Kachakta Tumune.
Vidura said, O great sage, what did Swayambhuva, the dear son of Brahma, do after obtaining his very loving wife?
Alka Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, I was reciting, not realizing I was on mute. Charitam tasya rajarsar adi rajasya sattama ruhi me shraddadannaya vishwakeshan rayo asu.
O best of the virtuous, the original king of kings, Manu, was a great devotee of the personality of Godhead, Hari, and thus it is worth hearing of his sublime character and activities. Please describe them. I am very eager to hear.
Shrutasya punsam suchirshramasya nanvasasuribhir tadito ratha tattad gunanuswaranam mukunda padarvindam hridayusham.
Persons who hear from a spiritual master with great labor and for a long time must hear from the mouths of pure devotees about the character and activities of pure devotees. Pure devotees always think within their hearts of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead who awards his devotees liberation.
Shri Sukha Uvacha Iti Bruvanu Viduram Vinitam Sahasra Nas Charana Padonaham Praharsta Roma Bhagavat Kathayanam Pranayamo Munir Abhyachatsa.
Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, was pleased to place his lotus feet on the lap of Vidura because Vidura was very meek and gentle. The sage Maitreya was very pleased with Vidura's words, and being influenced by his spirit, he attempted to speak.
मैत्रेय उवाच यदा स्वभार्या सार्धजात् जाता स्वायम्भुवो मनुः प्रणजालीह प्राणताश्चेदं वेद गर्भम् अभसता.
The sage of Maitreya said to Vidura after his appearance, Manu, the father of mankind, along with his wife, thus addressed the reservoir of Vedic wisdom, Brahma, his with obeisances and folded hands.
त्वमेक सर्वभूतानां जन्म कृद्वृदः पितः तथापि न प्रजानां ते शुश्रूषा केन वा भवेत्.
You are the father of all living entities and the source of their subsistence because they are all born to you. Please order us how we may be able to render service unto you.
तद्विदेहि नमस्तुभ्यं कर्म स्व इद्यत्मसाक्षिक्षु यत्कृत्वेह यशो विस्वग् अमुत्र च भवेद् गति.
O worshipful one, please give us your direction for the execution of duty within our working capacity so that we can follow it for fame in this life and the process in the next.
ब्रह्मोवाच प्रीतस्तुभ्यम् अहं तात स्वस्तिस्तद्भं कृषितीश्वर यन्निर्वायलकेन हृद सादिमेत्य मनपर्पितम्.
Lord Brahma said, Brahma said, my dear son, O Lord of the world, I am very pleased with you, and I desire all blessings for both you and your wife. You have within reservation surrendered yourself unto me with your heart for my instructions.
एतवते आत्मजर्वित्र कार्यहीपचितिर्गुरौ सत्याप्रमत गृह्येत साधर्मः गत मत्सरदै.
O hero, your example is quite befitting a son in relationship with his father. This sort of adoration for the superior is required. One who is beyond the limit of envy and who is sane accepts the order of his father with great delight and executes it to his full capacity.
सत्वम् अस्यम् अपत्यानि सद्रसानित्म मनोगुणै उत्पाद्या सा च धर्मेण गम्यग्नै पुरुषं यज्ञ.
Since you are my very obedient son, I ask you to beget children qualified like yourself in the womb of your wife. Rule the world in pursuance of the principles of devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus worship the Lord by performances of yajna.
परं शुश्रूषाणां मह्यं स्यात् प्रज्ञा रक्षस्य नृप भगवांस्ते प्रजा शिक्षेको नुतुष्यति.
O king, if you can give proper protection to the living beings in the material world, that will be the best service for me. When the Supreme Lord sees you to be the good protector of conditioned souls, certainly the master of the senses will be very pleased with you.
येषं नातुस्तो भगवान् यज्ञलिङ्गो जनार्दन तेषं श्रमो हि अपरत्या यद् आत्मा नद्रत स्वयं.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Janardana, Lord Krishna, is the form to accept all the results of sacrifice. If he is not satisfied, then one's labor for advancement is futile. He is the ultimate self, and therefore, one who does not satisfy him certainly neglects his own interests.
मनुरुवाच अदेशेऽहं भगवतो वर्त्ये माविसुदान स्थाणुं त्वतनुजन्ति प्रज्ञा मम च प्रभो.
Sri Manu said, O all powerful Lord, O killer of all sins, I shall abide by your order. Now, please let me know my place and that of all the living entities born to me.
यद् ओख सर्वभूतानां माहि मग्नमहंसि अस्य उद्धरणे यत्नो देवा देव्य विद्यात्मम्.
O Master of the demigods, please attempt to lift the earth, which is merged in the great water, because it is the dwelling place for all the living entities. I can be done by your endeavor and by the mercy of the Lord.
मैत्रेय उवाच परमे स्थित्वा अपमध्ये तथा सन्नम् अवेक्षगम् कथम् एनां समुन्नेष्य इति दध्ययु चिरम्.
Sri Maitreya said, thus seeing the earth merged in the water, Brahma gave his attention for a long time to how it could be lifted.
सृजतो मे क्षितिर्वर्भिः पय्यमानव रसं गत अक्षत्रं किम् अनुष्ठेयम् अस्माभिः सार्गयोजितः यस्याहं हृदयदसं स ईशो विदधातु मे.
Brahma thought, while I have been engaged in the process of creation, the earth has been inundated by a dijal and has gone down into the depths of the ocean. What can we do who are engaged in the matter of creation? It is best to let the Almighty direct us. Almighty Lord direct us.
इति अभिद्ययो यतो न सा विवारात् सह सङ्गः वराहतो निरागाद् अङ्गुष्ठ परिमाणकः.
O sinless Vidura, all of a sudden, while Brahma was engaged in thinking, a small form of boar came out of his nostril. The measurement of the creature is not more than a upper portion of the thumb.
तस्यापि पश्यत खास्थ क्षणानेन किल भारत गजामत्रः प्रवर्धे तदा भूतम् अभून्महत्.
O descendant of Bharata, while Brahma was observing him, that bow became situated in the sky in a wonderful manifestation of a gigantic as a great elephant.
मरीचि परमुखैर्विप्रै कुमैरैर्मनुना सह अर्त्वतत् सौकरं रूपं तर्कयम् अशचित्रद.
Struck with wonder at observing the wonderful boar-like form in the sky, Brahma with great Brahmanas like Marichi as well as the Kumaras and Manu began to argue in various ways.
किं मे तत् सुकुराव्याजं सत्त्वं दिव्यम् अवस्थितम् अहोबच्चरयम् इदं नासस्य मे विनिर्सतम्.
Is this some extraordinary entity come in the presence of a boar? It is very wonderful that he has come from my nose.
Hare Krishna, sorry to interrupt. The verses should be up to verse 17. So I think we have gone over the allocated verses. Should be verses 1 to 17. Sorry for any misunderstanding. So, dear Sharmila Mataji and dear Alka Mataji, thank you so much for the beautiful recitations. Thank you. So, Hare Krishna, Sripati, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for such a
Krishna.
beautiful recitation. Thank you
Please
so
accept
much.
my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for facilitating our chat class this evening, Prabhuji. So over to you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Yeah, please accept my humble obeisances, everyone. Hare Krishna. Happy Nrsingadev Appearance Day. Hope everyone has had a good day. Remembering Lord Nrsingadev as he is.
Yes, it was beautiful. I was at the Soho Street Temple today. It was absolutely amazing. What about your day? How was it?
Yeah, I started in Soho Street for my service early morning. Then I came to Manor for the yagya. Then I was busy with my son and his birthday party. And then I came back for feast at Manor. It was amazing. And
Oh, double celebration.
yeah, yeah.
How nice.
Thank you.
Our best wishes to your son. Hare Krishna.
He attended a birthday party. It wasn't his birthday party, but yeah. But I away from North London to Slough to take him there.
Oh,
But
I see. How
we
nice.
get distracted, but thank you so much for the opportunity. Hope everyone had a great Lord Nrsingadev's appearance today. Um, yeah, we are starting a new chapter today, which is chapter 13. So, with your permission, maybe we can recite the verses first and then discuss them. And 8:30 here we will be doing the Nrsingadev special session. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to just share my screen. What a special day to be discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. So Hare Krishna. So I think we're doing first 5 verses today. So Mataji has already recited, but we'll recite once again. So the third canto, 13th chapter, first verse. The chapter is entitled The Appearance of Lord Varaha. So, now we get into various incarnations of the Lord that will get discussed. So we start Shri Shuka Vacha Nishamya Vacham Vadato Mune Punyatmana Punyatma Mam Nipa Bhuya papracha kauravyo vasudeva kathadrita. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Sri Sukadev Goswami said, O king, after hearing all these most virtuous topics from the sage Maitreya, Vidura inquired further on the topics of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which he adored to hear. Yeah, please notice the word adored to hear, or he was so eager to hear. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The word adrata is significant because it indicates that Vidura had a natural inclination for hearing the transcendental message of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he was never fully satisfied, though continuing to hear those topics. He wanted to hear more and more so that he could be more and more blessed by the transcendental message. Text 2. Vidura vacha savai swayambhuva samrat priya putra swayambhuva pratilabhya priyam patnim kim chakara tato mune. Vidura said, O great sage, what did Swayambhu, the great son of Brahma, do after obtaining his very loving wife? Third verse. Charitam tasya rajarshar adi rajasya sattama bruhi me shraddhadhanaya vishvakshena shrayo hiyashu. Translation. O best of the virtuous, the ordinary king of kings, Manu, was a great devotee of the personality of Godhead, Hari, and thus it is worth hearing of his sublime character and activities. Please describe them. I'm very eager to hear. Again, he's reflecting his eagerness to hear. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavatam is full of the transcendental topics of the personality of Godhead and his pure devotees. In the absolute world, there's no difference in quality between the Supreme Lord and his pure devotee. Therefore, hearing the topics of the Lord and hearing of the character and activities of the pure devotee have the same result, namely the development of devotional service. Text 4. Shrutasya pumsam shuchira shramasya nanvaj jasa suribhir idito aratha tad gudanu shravanam mukunda padar vindam hideshu yesam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Persons who hear from a spiritual master with great labor and for a long time must hear from the mouths of pure devotees about the character and activities of pure devotees. Pure devotees always think within their hearts of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, who awards his devotees liberation. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Transcendental students are those who undergo great penance in being trained by hearing the Vedas from a bona fide spiritual master. Not only must they hear about the activities of the Lord, but they must also hear about the transcendental qualities of the devotees who are constantly thinking of the lotus feet of the Lord within their hearts. A pure devotee of the Lord cannot be separated from the lotus feet of the Lord from even a moment. Undoubtedly, the Lord is always within the hearts of all living creatures, but they hardly know about it because they are deluded by the illusory material energy. The devotees, however, realize the presence of the Lord, and therefore they can always see the lotus feet of the Lord within their hearts. Such pure devotees of the Lord are as glorious as the Lord. They are, in fact, recommended by the Lord as more worshipable than he himself. Worship of the devotee is more potent than worship of the Lord. It is therefore the duty of the transcendental students to hear of pure devotees, as explained by similar devotees of the Lord, because one cannot explain about the Lord or his devotee unless one happens to be a pure devotee himself. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I think we're doing one more verse. Fifth verse. Shri Shuka Vacha iti Bhruvanam Viduram Vinitam Sahasra Shirnash Charano Padanam Rahastaro Bhagavat Kathayam Prani Yamano Munir Abhiyachashasta. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Shri Sukdev Goswami said, the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, was pleased to place his lotus feet on the lap of Vidura. Because Vidura was very meek and gentle, the sage Maitreya was very pleased with Vidura's words, and being influenced by his spirit, he attempted to speak. How fortunate is Vidura. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The word Sahasra Shirshna is very significant. One who has diverse energies and activities and a wonderful brain is known as Sahasra Shirshna. This qualification is applicable only to the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. So his diverse energies and activities and a wonderful brain. And this qualification is applicable only to the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and no one else. The personality of Godhead was pleased to dine sometimes with Vidura at his home. And while resting he placed his lotus feet on the lap of Vidura. Maitreya was inspired by the thought of Vidura's wonderful fortune. The hairs on his body stood on end, and he was pleased to narrate the topics of the personality of Godhead with great delight. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvatam Tvam Sajivam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu devacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatare Shatare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhari Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. I seek your blessings. I can say something that is useful and in line with our Guru Parampara and an appropriate. I have no knowledge, realization, understanding. I'm trying to repeat like a parrot what I've heard from other devotees. So please forgive me in advance if I make a mistake, and please do correct me. Hare Krishna. So, yeah, on this auspicious day, I'm so fortunate that we are talking about Srimad Bhagavatam. Of course, this chapter is about the how Lord Varahadev appeared to um, kill the demon, brother of Hiranyakashipu, like, appeared today's appearance of Lord Nrsimhadev. So Lord Varahadev had appeared to kill Hiranyaksha before the appearance of Lord Nrsimhadev. And the Shrota and the Vakta are the same from the last chapter. So we know and this is the glorious Maharaj Vidur who is listening to Maitreya Rishi on the various questions that Maharaj Vidur had. We can see, and actually the fifth shloka that we just read, he was so fortunate. Maharaj Vidur was so fortunate that he had close association of Lord Shri Krishna back when he was in Hastinapur. And we know the pastime as to how when Krishna had two invites. He had invite to go to Duryodhan, who was going to, who was promising a big feast and celebration for Krishna. And whereas on the other hand was Maharaj Vidur, who also invited Krishna, but with all his love. And he was a minister in the rule of Dhritarashtra, but somehow like he had very limited means as he had as he was the stepson and not probably well looked after by Duryodhan. But anyways, whatever he had, Krishna was sold by his bhava. And as it says here, he put his lotus feet on his lap when he went to take prasad at Maharaj Vidur's place. And we all know the story as to how both Vidura and his wife served Krishna so nicely that they even forgot that they were feeding Krishna not the banana inside, but the banana peel. And Krishna accepted it because he is Bhavgrahi Janardana. He was completely sold by their love. And it is the same Maharaj Vidur who is so eager, so eager to know more about the Lord and all the details as well. I mean, he's showing in these initial few verses his eagerness to do Shravanam. I mean, he's been sitting there for how many chapters? I think all this canto has been questions by him, at least the last few chapters, and here he's going into more details where he wants to know about each incarnation of the Lord and in great detail. And as Srila Prabhupada translates the first verse, he said, which he adored to hear. Vidura inquired on the topics of Supreme Personality of Godhead, which he adored to hear. And actually, in the third verse, he says, I'm very eager to hear. So, um, uh, so it says, "O best of the virtues, O original King of Kings, Manu was a great devotee of the personality of Godhead Hari. And thus it is worth hearing. Again, it is worth hearing his sublime character and activities. Please describe them. I'm very eager to hear." I mean, it is submissive, but showing the real enthusiasm and eagerness to hear is so important. It is, as we know, even, I mean, today is the day of Prahlad Maharaj and Lord Shingadev and Prahlad Maharaj in his famous instructions, or as to how he defines bhakti is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam. So, like, Shravanam is the first of the 9 steps of bhakti. Shravanam, which is hearing. And why is Shravanam so important? Because it is how we get knowledge. Shravanam, through hearing, is how we get knowledge, which sharpens our intelligence and also calms down our mind. So there's lots of things we can do with our hands, our legs, and seva and service, which is so important. But Shravanam gets us to sharpen our mind and intelligence, our subtle body, which is so important. And it is said how great saints are. Are named based on the ability to hear. Earlier on in Srimad Bhagavatam, which is in parallel to this, Srimad Bhagavatam is conversation within conversations within conversations. So there's conversation between Maitreya and Vidur, which is happening between Suta Goswami and the sages of Naimisharanya, which is happening between Parikshit and Sukadev Goswami. And one of the names of Suta Goswami is Ugra Shrava, meaning he is one who is so, like, Ugra from a Shravan perspective, like he is so eager to hear. And I think there is various places where I think the spiritual master is called Karnadhar. Again, Karna, like one who continues to hear. There's so much importance to hearing, which is given in our scriptures. And it is one of the basic steps, but hearing with eagerness and enthusiasm to hear. I mean, we know that our Prahlad Maharaj, I mean, today is his day, and how he was eager to hear even before he was born. It is said that when a child is in the womb of his mother, the child is under a lot of pain, and going through all these, and it is described in Srimad Bhagavatam, the various austerities that child is going through. But Prahlad Maharaj was so eager to hear that Narad Muni was telling about Srimad Bhagavatam, or narrating Srimad Bhagavatam to his mother Kayadu. And he heard every word of it, not just heard it. He must have done mananam, that he made it his life. And when he came out, he was a pure devotee. We all know that Prahlad Maharaj in his previous life, or previous to previous life, he was, I mean, at least apparently, he wasn't that pure a devotee. I think just like if you go back a few lifetimes for Narad Muni, he was, I wouldn't say, I mean, he wasn't a devotee, like he was taking intoxication, and he was with beautiful women, and he was a Gandharva, and he used to sing. And likewise, Prahlad Maharaj as well, if you go back a few lifetimes. But I think what changed him is that hearing, and hearing eagerly from Narad Muni, the whole, Srimad Bhagavatam. We know that Lord Chaitanya loved the pastimes of Prahlad and Dhruv. He used to hear them again and again and again, so many times that even though the pastime doesn't change, Lord Chaitanya just loved to hear. And our own Srila Prabhupada, he heard from his spiritual master. We know that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to give long classes, like he would give classes for 4 hours, 6 hours, and they were all very esoteric classes. And while, like when he would start, the room would be full, and slowly after 1 hour, some people will go and go for a little walk, and after 2 hours others would, but our Srila Prabhupada would be sitting there eagerly hearing throughout the 6 hours, just preparing for his spiritual journey. And that is what gave him the faith. Indradimna Maharaj was saying yesterday in a program, like how, what made Srila Prabhupada preach or spread Krishna consciousness throughout the West compared to his God brothers. And he said, because Srila Prabhupada had faith both in Harinam as well as in words of his spiritual master, and he took it dearly. But how did that faith develop? It developed because of his hearing. I was listening to a lecture by His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, and he was talking about how in this modern world everything is becoming quite mechanical. And he was making a point that we are dealing with technology, um, and we wake up to an alarm clock. We take an automobile to work. Maybe before that, if someone is having a coffee using a coffee machine, then another machine to get to work, then whatever, working on another machine in the office if someone is using a computer, or even if someone is cooking using machines after machines. And then like same, like the whole journey, the whole lifestyle is to deal with jada, which is machines. And what that has done to us sometimes is has made our connection with the outer world less personal. And he was saying how we then start to put a devotional service like a machine, where the whole chanting could be like it's 6 o'clock, start the timer, and go through it when it is cooking for the Lord. It's like it can, or washing utensils for the Lord. It can become like very monotonous, and it may not have the feeling. And he was talking about the eagerness, and how through hearing and through submissive hearing and having the eagerness, we need to reinstate our feelings, our love, our emotions in the devotional activities which we were doing. I realize it's 8:30 already and I've hardly just spoken. If it is okay, can I take 5 more minutes?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, that's fine. Thank you.
Maybe I don't know if you were, some of you might have been. There was a program, I think last weekend, where Vraj Bihari Prabhu was also talking about Shravanam. And it was the day one of the volunteers retreat. And Prabhu, told a very he started his lecture using a very nice story. He said, there was a big king who had a daughter, and the king wanted to marry his daughter, so he organized a swamvar, and there were lots of all the kings and princes from around the world who had come to participate, because his daughter was both very beautiful as well as very cultured. And it is said that just the night before, a snake bites his daughter and she leaves the body. That made everyone quite sad, and most of them leave. But there were three princes who were really attached to their daughters, so they stayed around. And then when they were doing the final rites of the daughter, one of the princes was so impacted that he jumped into the fire and he, burned himself along with the body of the princess. Then there was another prince who was sitting there and he was very sad and he waited and waited and he said, I'm not going to go from here. And there was a third prince who actually said, I'm going to do something about it. And he went through various seas and oceans um, and he found a herb which could revive the princess. So he got the herb and he came back. He went to the king and said, I've got this special thing. Can we can revive her. So they put the herb on the ashes of the funeral pyre, and lo and behold, the princess comes back to life. But also comes back to life the prince who had jumped into the fire. So um, now the question he asked was, well, how, who should the princess marry now? So there's one prince who gave his life, there's another one who was waiting, another one who got, the herb which could revive her. And essentially, the point he was making is when we do Shravanam and eagerly hear our um, clarity of thinking becomes so much that we can make the right decisions. And then he explains how she decided, which is a surprise. Maybe we can discuss it later. I've got 2 more minutes. One other thing, I mean, we haven't discussed is in the fourth verse, it is said here that how important is the devotees of the Lord. And we know the story of Kachi Purna, right? Like when um, in Kanchipuram, there was a great devotee of Varadaraj called Kanchi Purna, and he goes to Varadaraj, and he was so close to the Lord that he used to have conversations with the Lord. So once one person asked him to ask the Lord that will he go back home back to Godhead at the end of this lifetime. So Kachipur says, okay, I will go ask the Lord. And then he goes and he does that, and the Lord says, yes, he is such a nice devotee that he will go back home, back to Godhead at the end of this lifetime. So Kachipur went back to this person and told him that you will go back home, back to Godhead. And he was so elated and so happy. But then something was going in Kachipur's own mind that, well, will I go back? Should I also ask the Lord about that? So, anyways, he was thinking about that when the Lord realized that, of course, there's lots going on in his head. Let me ask him. And then Kanchipuram said, yes, Lord, I have this question. Will I go back home, back to Godhead at the end of this lifetime? And the Lord said, I don't think you will go back home back to Godhead in this lifetime. And Kanchipurna said, but Lord, I'm serving you all the time, and I'm here, I'm so close to you that you even talk to me. And the Lord said, yes, but you haven't served my devotees. So the importance of serving the devotees is really important. So Kanchipurna then takes permission of the Lord, goes away, serves some devotees, comes back to the Lord. Sorry, I'm fast tracking it because it's 20:35 already. And then the Lord says, yes, now you will go back home, back to Godhead. For us, mercy flows through devotees. It's so important. Srila Prabhupada's disciples, the various other devotees, we are so fortunate in our movement by Srila Prabhupada's mercy that, without him, we would have nothing. And whether it is knowledge, whether it is temples, whether it's um, the association of other devotees. And we are so fortunate to have so many senior devotees in our life available to us. Um, and yeah, we have to serve them very nicely. It is said that Rahuguna Maharaj also said, Rahuguna let me try to find out the number 5, 12, 12, right? Rahuguna etat tapasana yati na chejaya nirvapanat krihatva na chandasa naiva jaladvi surya vina mahatpad rajo vishekam. So basically, without the lotus, without the dust of the lotus feet of a great devotee, we have no hope. I mean, sorry, I've gone over. Please forgive me, and please forgive any mistakes. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class. Sorry we have had to cut short the meeting today, the CHAD meeting today, but wonderful class. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, we're going to start our Lord Narasimhadev celebrations, glorification of Lord Narasimhadev. And I wonder whether Devika is ready to read the first paragraph, and then Orpita, and then Avani, in that order. So, Devika, when you're ready, please start with the invocation, and then you can start. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Devika.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, you can start, please. Thank you.
Sweet. Hare Krishna. Here's the story of Lord Nrsimhadev. All glories to Lord Nrsimhadev, the half-man, half-lion incarnation of Lord Krishna. He appeared to save the saint Prahlad Maharaj from his demonic father Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu had a son called Prahlad, who was a great devotee of Lord Krishna, even from birth. As a small boy of 5, he would preach about Krishna to his school friends anytime the teachers left the room. Prahlad infuriated his father when he demanded to know what this foolishness was. What was the gratification? He was determined to deny Krishna's existence. Due to this, he could not understand even if he took lessons. To understand Krishna, one must first give everything to Krishna, then Krishna would reveal himself. Hiranyakashipu became so angry that he ordered Prahlad to be thrown into a circle of cannibals. Prahlad began to chant Hare Krishna, and the cannibals had no power to harm him. His father then ordered that Prahlad be thrown into boiling hot oil, but because he was chanting Hare Krishna, Prahlad was unharmed. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Seeing that Prahlad was not harmed by the boiling oil, his father ordered that he be taken to a small island to endure a huge hurricane, but Prahlad kept chanting Hare Krishna, and he was protected by Krishna's holy name. Hiranyakashipu, seeing that none of these could kill Prahlad, threw him off the top of a cliff, but due to his chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna caught him, and Prahlad was not harmed. Even an elephant could not trample Prahlad, nor snakes could harm him. Hiranyakashipu thought he must have some mystic power. He pretended to be sorry for trying to harm Prahlad and invited him to lunch. In desperation, Hiranyakashipu poisoned Prahlad's food with enough poison to kill hundreds of full-grown men. Rather than eating his food, Prahlad first offered it to Krishna, and it became prasadam, and as pure as God, and free from all poisonous effects. When the poisonous food had no effect on Prahlad, Hiranyakashipu became so enraged, he lifted Prahlad above his head and smashed him to the floor.
Hare Krishna. When Prahlad was not harmed, Hiranyakashipu demanded to know where he got his superhuman powers from. Prahlad replied that he got his strength from the same place as Hiranyakashipu did from God. Hiranyakashipu demanded to know what was this God, and where was this God. Prahlad explained that God is everywhere and everything comes from God. Hiranyakashipu, despite all that had happened, could not believe in God. Hiranyakashipu demanded that if God was in a big pillar nearby in the palace. When Prahlad said, "Yes, my lord is in that pillar," Hiranyakashipu stated that he would kill Prahlad's god by using his mace to smash the pillar. As he smashed the pillar, Lord Narasimha appeared from the broken pillar and pounced on the shocked demon. Lord Narasimha is the fourth avatar of Lord Vishnu. He is known as the Great Protector, who specifically defends and protects his devotees from evil and destroys evil. Observed with great devotion, Narasimha Appearance Day is believed to remove negativity, obstacles, and bad luck from life. All glories to Lord Narasimha Deva. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Avani and dear Devika and Orpita too. Beautifully recited. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Okay, so now we will have the Narsimha Kavacham prayer in Sanskrit. And could Shama Mataji, would you mind starting off the prayers, please? And then Saroj Mataji will take over from you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
We'll just wait for Jyoti Mataji to share the verses on the screen. Is that okay, Jyoti Mataji? Thank you.
Yes, Mataji, can you see my screen?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
yes, Mataji, thank you. Hare Krishna. Narsimha Kavacham Vakshaye Prahlad Renoditam Pura Sarvaraksha Punyam Sarvopadrava Nashanam. Mataji is gone very low now. We need to go up a bit. Yes. Sarva Sampatkaram Chaiva Sarva Swarga Moksha Pradayakam Dhyatva Narsimam Devasham Hema Simhansana Sthitam Vivratasya Trinayanam Sharad Indu Samaprabharam Lakshmi Lingita Vamagamam Vibhutibhir Upashritam Chaturbhujam Komalangam Swarna Kundala Shobhitam Saroja Shobhito Raksham Ratnakeyura Mudritam Taptakancha Sankashtam Pita Nirmala Vasasam Indradi Sura Molishtaha Sfuran Manikya Diptibhi Virajita Pada Dvandvam Shankha Chakradi Hetibhi Garutamata Cha Vinayata Stuyamanam Mundavitam Swarat Kamala Samvasam Krutva tu Kavacham Pathet Narsimo me Shirapatu Lokarakshartha Sambhavaha Swargopi Stambha Vasaha Phalam me Rakshato Devya Dvamnima Narsimo me Drasha Patu Soma Suryagi Lochana Smritam me patu narahari munivarya stuti priya Nasham me smiha nashatu mukham lakshmi mukha priya Sarva vidyadi papatu narsimho rasanam mama Vaktram patva indu vadanam sada prahlada vanditaha Narsimha पातु मे कान्तं स्कन्धो भूभृद अनन्तकृत दिव्यास्त्र शोभिता भुजः नरसिंहा पातु मे भुजौ करो मे देव वरदो नरसिंहा पातु सर्वतः हृदयं योगी सध्याश्च निवासं पातु मे हरिः मध्यं पातु हृण्याक्ष वक्षा कुक्षि विदरनः नाभिं मे पातु नरहरि स्वनभि ब्रह्मा समस्तुतः ब्रह्माण्डकोटयन्कत्यं यसो पातु मे कतिं गुह्यं मे पातु गुह्यानां मन्त्राणां गुह्यारूपदृक् उरुमनोभावः पातु जानुनी नरारूपदृक् जङ्गये पतु धरा भरा हर्ता तो यो सौनिकेशरी सुराराज्य प्रदापातु पदौ मे नर हरीश्वरः सहस्राशीर्षा पुरुषः पातु मे स्वशः तानुम मनोग्रह पूर्वता पातु विराग्रजो निहिता महाविष्णुर्दक्षिणे तु महाज्वालास्तु नरितः पश्चिमे पातु सर्वेषु दिशि मे सर्वतोमुखा नरसिंहा पातु वायव्यां सौम्यं भूषण विग्रह ईशान्यां पातु भाद्रो मे सर्वमङ्गलदयकः संसाराभयता पातु मृत्युर्मृत्युर्नृकेशरी इदं नरसिंहा कवचं प्रह्लादमुखे मण्डितं भक्तिमान् या पठन्त्यां सर्वपाप्य प्रमुच्यते.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Sorry about all the mistakes. Hare
That's
Krishna.
okay. Saroj Mataji, please. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Putravan dhanavam loke dirghayurupajayate yam yam khamyate kamam tam tam prapnoti ashamshayam sarvatra jayam apnoti sarvatra vijaya bhavat bhumi antariksha divyanam grananam vinivaranam वृश्चिकोरागे सम्भूता विशापराहनं परं ब्रह्म राक्षस यक्षाणं दुरोत्साहनकारणम् भुजे वातालपात्रवे कवचं लिखितं शुभं करमूले धृतं येन सीत्यायुकामसीत्यया देवसुरामनुष्येषु स्वं स्वम् एव जायं लभे एकसन्ध्यं त्रिसन्ध्यं वा यपाथं न्यातु नरः सर्वमङ्गलं मङ्गल्यं भुक्तिं मुक्तिं च विन्दति द्वात्रिंशतिसहस्राणि पाथेषु दत्मनं व्रणम् कवश्चयास्य मन्त्रस्य मन्त्रसिद्धि प्रजायते अनेन मन्त्रराजेन कृत्वा भस्माभिर्मन्त्रणम् तिलकं बिभ्रियाद्यस्तु तस्य ग्रहभयं हरे त्रिवारं जपमानस्तु दातं वार्यं विमन्त्र च प्रसायद्यो नरमन्त्रं नरसिंहं धियम् आचरत् तस्य रोगा प्रणश्यन्ति ये च स्युः कुक्षिसम्भवा किमत्र बाहुनोक्तेन नरसिंहं शत्रो भवेत् मनसा चिन्तितं यातु सा च तो नप्नोत्यसंशयम् गर्जनं गर्जनं तं निजभुजपातलं शोभयान्तं हतान्तं दीप्यायान्तं तपायान्तं दिवि भुवि दिजित्यं क्षेपायान्तं क्षिपायान्तं क्रान्तं रोषायान्तं दिशि दिशि सतातं सम्राहान्तं भरन्तं विक्षान्तं पुर्यान्तं करानिखारशतेर्दिव्यसिंहं निमामि इति श्रीब्रह्मानन्दपुराण प्रह्लाद्योक्तं श्रीनरसिंहं कवचं सम्पूर्णम् हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Saroj Mataji and Shama Mataji, for the beautiful recitations. Thank you. Okay, so we'll now have the Arati, which will be performed by Mamta Mataji and Jyoti Mataji. Please kindly spotlight Mamta Mataji when she's performing the Arati. And can I invite Jay Mataji to sing the beautiful Arati, please? Thank you. Hare Krishna. Beautiful altar, Mamta Mataji. Beautiful.
Thank you, Mataji. I think I have to elevate the thing a bit. Thank you, Mataji.
When you're ready, yeah. You're ready, are you?
I'm ready, Mataji.
Thank you. Jay Mataji, please. Thank you.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlad Ladadaine. Prahlad Ladadaine. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha. Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha. Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha. Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha. Narsimha Adim Sharanam Prapadye. Narsimha Adim Sharanam Prapadye. Tava kara kamalavare nakham adbhuta shringam dalita hiranyakashipu tanubhringam keshavadrita narharirupa jaya jagadisha hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakama Dutta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narsimhadev 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 Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Nitai Gora, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for the beautiful arti performed by Mamta Mataji and the singing by Jay Mataji. Very melodious singing. Thank you. So, dear devotees, let's all unmute our mics and let's all say, Lord Narasimha Bhagavan ki jai. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Lord Narasimha
Narasimha
Bhagavan
Bhagavan ki
ki
jai.
jai. Wonderful. Thank you. Can I invite Namrata Mataji to read the English translation, please? Thank you. Thank you, Mamta Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Beautiful singing and beautiful recitation. What a beautiful day, all for the glorification of Lord Narasimhadev. Yes, Mataji, I can start reading, and we can keep Mamta Mataji's altar there if needed. I have my verses open here, Mataji, if that's okay.
Yes, that's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Sri Narasimha Purana. I offer my obeisances to Lord Narasimhadev, who gives joy to Prahlad Maharaj, and whose nails are like chisels on the stone-like chest of the demon Hiranyakashipu. Lord Narasimha is here and also there. Wherever I go, Lord Narasimha is there. He is in the heart and is outside as well. I surrender to Lord Narasimhadev, the origin of all things and the supreme refugee. Prayer to Lord Narasimha by Jaidev Goswami. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Hari, who have assumed the form of half man, half lion. All glories to you. Just as one can easily crush a wasp between one's fingernails, so in the same way the body of the wasp-like demon Hiranyakashipu has been ripped apart by the wonderful pointed nails of your beautiful lotus hands. Hare Krishna. Thank you for the opportunity, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Very nice, Namrata Mataji. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so we've come to the end of our session today. Any reflections or comments by anyone? If you'd like to share with us, please. Indira Mataji? Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I just want to say that I was down the manor today. I was supposed to come to Soho, but unfortunately Central Line was not working. So we ended up at Watford, and what a blissful day we had. And we learned so much about Prahlad Maharaj from our dear Sham Prabhu. He was giving a little talk on it, and it just lifted my heart. That's all I want to say, that it really was a blissful day for me to go to Watford. I mean, Krishna wanted me to go to Watford rather than Soho today. That was
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I'm sure everyone also had a nice day. It was a glorious, glorious day today. And on behalf of everyone, can I wish Shobana Mataji's granddaughter a very, very happy birthday today. So double celebrations, Shobana Mataji. Okay, so let's end the session. Prabhuji, are you still with us? Otherwise, we can do the Vaishnav prayer all together. Let's put our hands together. Let's pray very sincerely. Let's say Vancha Kalpa now. Vancha Kalpa
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Narasimha Dev ki jai. Thank you so much.
Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So much, Mataji, for actually organizing this. And
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.